Hello everyone. A quick update about what's going on my desk because a lot of you seem to like those videos, so I will continue to do them as long as there's the interest for them. I got finished with, about 20 minutes ago, doing the liquid-cooled gaming PC overview, whatever I'm gonna call it. I don't really know. I literally just finished, exporting the video. I finished editing it, did an export, so that's all set now. There's the side panel to the liquid-cooled PC. Here's another thing that I got from my roommate. The other one was my roommate's PC, by the way. These are systems he used to own and use. This one came after the liquid-cooled one, and it's got quite the massive heatsink on here. This is uber impressive. I really like this thing. I think it's an AMD processor. I'm actually almost certain of that. I think it's an AMD processor under there. This would have taken probably a 140 mil fan. This I think is a 120. Doesn't really say, but it is LED, so that's good. Those LEDs give it extra horsepower. There's a hard drive in there that I'm pretty sure still works. So what I might do, and it's in its own dedicated video if I decide to make a video, is throw a power supply in here and boot this thing up and put a fan on there, because it's a fairly newer system. It's not that old. By that I mean it's within 5 years old. It does still use an ID disk drive, but you know, that doesn't mean very much. It's got DDR3 RAM in it. Again, don't really know how much. I would assume 4, maybe 8 gigs at most. I'm not sure what this board would support. Probably 8, maybe 16 if we're really lucky. It's an M2 or an M2N SLI Deluxe by Asus. So there's that. Pretty awesome. I would use this case because I think it's really cool, and it has a custom, as in they used some kind of hole saw and cut a hole in the top, fan mounting system for a fan on the top. There's the front. Yep. AMD Athlon X2, so maybe it is a little older than I expected, but also maybe not. Maybe it's a newer revision. You can see he really got excited with those stickers. EVGA, powered by Asus, another EVGA, and a powered by Corsair sticker on there, the disk drive of some sort. This case is pretty cool. It's by Ultra. I don't know what the model is because it doesn't say anywhere on there, but it's pretty sweet for a cheaper case that's older. What else? I added a plug strip to the desk, so now I can plug things in more easily, and also have all my test bench stuff, which is over here, plugged into just there instead of routing all the way down here. Well, the PC that will be run off of here routed all the way down underneath, up, and next to the NAS where there is a plug strip. And the monitor was routed all the way around underneath down there to my main PC setup, which is pretty inefficient, and I didn't like that. Made a lot of cable mess too. So the NAS is on its own with the exception of the printer, which I really can't get around because I don't have any other plugs and I don't have any other circuits because there's only one circuit in this room. I would prefer to have a laser printer, this is my reasoning. I don't want to have a laser printer on the same thing as especially a NAS, something that has, you know, important files on it, because the way I understand it, laser printers use a lot of current all at once and then they stop. And those spikes are generally not good for power supplies as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, just going off of things that I've heard from other people. So anyway, not a way around that, not a big deal. What else? I've got an SSD that's going in the 2009 MacBook, the white MacBook that I fixed for somebody. Not that interesting. I'm just going to clone his drive over onto this because he's going to use that for some more serious stuff, and he can't really afford a new Mac. And he does need a Mac, by the way. He can't just get a Windows laptop. He has to be running, well, Mac-specific software, let's put it that way. There's a lot of software. This HP iPack will be going up for sale on eBay soon. It does work. Well, maybe I take that back. It took a full charge. It took a long time for it to charge. But maybe I have to recalibrate the battery or something, because it is properly dead now. But it does work. It runs Windows Mobile. Kind of cool thing to have. As I think I mentioned before, I exported the video for, well, what you just saw. And let me take this one brief moment to complain about Windows Movie Maker. It is terrible. If you're just throwing like 5-6 pictures and a couple of videos into a movie, it's fine. But my grandmother, because she is very optimistic and she really wanted to get this done, put together all of our vacation photos and videos from when I traveled with her to Africa in 2013. And my God, that was a bitch to try to get to export. The file, the movie itself was an hour and a half long, which isn't terrible, but it's pretty long. But she was trying to do it on her Dell Latitude E6400, which I got for her, which is fine, but apparently it wasn't fine because it ran out of memory around 94% completion. It would say not enough available memory to complete the operation or something along those lines, and it would fail. So what I had to do was copy all of the data and pictures, or well, all of the data over to my C drive, create a new user, which is what hers is called on there, is just owner, and make these 3 folders because that's what Windows Movie Maker looks for. And I did the export on my computer, so I had to create this so I didn't have to worry about like redirecting Movie Maker where to find files. So I had to put them all in there. That was a pain in the ass. That was terrible. And it was very slow on this machine, which was surprising, but it still took, you know, a good hour and a half to export the whole thing. Then I had to put it into Adobe Premiere Pro, the TFLE edition, and add music, and then export it again. So it's exporting. It's taken about 20 minutes now, which is fine. It's a big file, but man, I just had to add music to it. I wish I could have just done that in Movie Maker. Alright, I ranted about Movie Maker for quite a while. I'm sorry to bore you with that, but freaking, oh my God, it's terrible. It's so hard to use, it's slow, it's just not meant for big tasks, and unfortunately that's all she had. But what are you gonna do? It's all done now. Anyway guys, that is enough for this one. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know if you want to see more of these. I know every time I ask that, people do say they want more, but I'd like to keep asking so that I don't create content nobody's going to watch. Have a good one, guys. See you later.